Welcome to today's video, and today we're going to be showcasing Major League Fab's precision circle rings that allow you to make really cool panels in your installations that look like this. So let's go on a journey together. I'm going to show you what these three rings can do and the magic behind them. Okay, so this is what the kit comes with. It fits an 8-inch driver, 6-inch driver, 10-inch driver, 12-inch driver, and there's 3 rings per size for a total of 12 pieces. So this has already got it cut out, but I'm going to show you what this means. This is going to be our mounting hole for our subwoofer. So how do we get there? How do we get such a precise, clean cut that's not jigsaw and looks like a beaver chewed through it? So what it is we're going to pretend this is our baffle. Okay, and I'm going to measure center point of the baffle. I'm going to make a little index mark, center point from side to side here, make an index part, and finally there. Then I would take my T-square and I would mark that hashtag, and then do the same thing here, mark this hashtag. What we'd be left with is 2 lines with an intersection with a point in the middle. Then I would take my base piece and I would line these index marks on the outside of these lines till it all lines up. Okay. Then I draw a circle, rough cut. Then I would double stick this right to the wood itself, and I'd router that out to give me a precise, precisionally cut mounting hole for our subwoofer. This next item is say the client wants to rabbet in the subwoofer. They want it flushed in the box. A lot of times guys are coming through, and we're going to pretend this is 3/4 wood, and they're going to rabbet it down, you know, an inch out here or an inch out here. They're going to rabbet the material down, so it only leaves like 1/4 inch. And then you got the weight of the woofer and everything mounted on that. Now you've weakened that baffle. So the faster, easier way to do is just move our mounting board off. I'm going to do the same things we did our mounting board. I'm going to find the center, right? I'm going to find the center of the board each way. I'm going to go ahead and line up and draw the line so I have the point in the middle. And then I'm going to grab the outer ring that looks like this, and I'm going to line it up just like I did with the base ring to these index marks to our lines. And then I'm going to router it out. As long as your center each hole, I don't even have to think about it twice. And I'll put this 3/4 on top of the baffle here. And now my subwoofer is countersunk into the box. And now my baffle, instead of being only 3/4 inch thick, is now 1.5 inches. So I'm not going to get any flex, and I'm not going to lose any strength by rabbeting down that point in there. I'm not going to lose by routering that down. So it's a very strong, fast, efficient way to flush your subwoofers into your enclosures. So your project for the day is we're going to do a fiberglass enclosure on the side of a trunk. And I got to make some wood rings for the woofers to mount to that we're going to space off into the fiberglass, and then fiberglass that into a shape. So I got to make these rings, and this is the super fast way of doing it. I'm going to take the base ring, I'm going to take the outer ring, and I'm literally going to circle rough cut and router that flush with the base ring. And then the inside ring I'm going to do as well. I'm just going to go ahead, circle it, rough cut it, double stick tape it, flush trim it to the router. Once those 2 pieces are done, I then can put whatever profile I want on it. So this would be the back, right? So I put a little profile on the back of the woof. And then this one, I've done a round over on the inside edge, and then I've rabbeted it back, as you can see right there. So my fiberglass material has a place to go into, and then I would glue these together, just like so. And then I have a perfect ring that can mount on the side by just using 2 of those rings. All right, so say we're talking about that enclosure and the client says, man, I really don't want to see the screws and gaskets of the actual driver itself. There's any way that we can make that better? And you can go, heck yeah, we got the precision circle rings, man. We got 2 options we can do at this point. The first option is I'm going to go ahead and take the inner ring of the kit, right? So it's the inner ring. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place it, and I'm going to rough cut it, and then flush it, and then I can add profiles to this, and then that's going to hide the screw holes and leave the cone out and raw. The second thing you can do is you can actually do a press grill, and let's cover how the ring set can make a press grill for you. All right, so let's talk about how we're going to make a press grill using the template set. So this is our ring. We've rabbited the back for the press grill. I'm going to use the same inner ring that we used, so where it's flush inside and out, that we used to build this guy right here. I'm going to take this ring and I'm going to get a piece of wood, actually 2 pieces of wood that fit inside our press box. And then once I put the lines, I'm going to go ahead and flush trim out that circle to the inside. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this one to make the positive ring that pushes inside of it. And then I can gap it for what I need for the press grill to go up. So I use this to create a positive plug and a negative plug for the press grill. And it's going to go inside the press box just like this, all from that single template. Some tips and tricks along the way when using the precision circle rings. The number one thing is you can see right here where this is 3/4 and that's 1/2 inch. And the way that's designed, if you're doing the inner ring to the outer to make your piece go in like this, okay, and I've got to gap it for vinyl or carpet, I'm able to pull whatever I need to pull off of this center ring right here, and that's going to leave enough girth there. If I need to make it bigger, I got to watch where that surround comes up, but I can always make this bigger itself. The other key thing is if this doesn't fit very tight on your base piece, and I need to enlarge it a little bit right here, I need to enlarge this a little bit for my subwoofer, I can take my upsize downside bits and do that. And same with our flush ring. If it's too tight or there's too big of a gap, I can always do an upsize or downsize on this ring here in order to get that to work. The other really cool stuff about these rings, just like anything else, I'm going to clean this off real quick. Okay, I don't know if you can see the texture in here or not, but it's almost got like an ABS feel. There you go, you can see the texture because of the dust. If I put my template tape on it, and especially if you use the Major League Fab extra strength tape, which we have another video that will show you how strong that is and what it can do for you. But if I have that on there, as long as I'm flat and I haven't broke the seal, it's going to hold. The minute that I flex or break the seal, this tape doesn't like to stick to the plastic once you've broken the flat seal. So you're not digging like PVC or acrylic. You're not digging to get that tape off. It comes off very easily. We're just about done with this video. I do want to point out one thing. You probably saw this in the video where I notched this. You went like, dum-dum. Why would you put that in the video? I did that on purpose for 2 reasons. One is I want to explain why, and number 2 is I got you to watch all the way to the end, and that's the whole important part because these rings do so much stuff that I really wanted you to see to the end. So let's talk about this and get this, elephant out of the room. So if you notch this, the best thing you can do is router all the way around on both sides until you're left with a little notch. Then pop your piece off, rotate it, put a piece of tape on it, like 5 or 6 inches around the edge, put it back on, get the little nub off. Reach out to us, we will get your replacement ring. Just remember they're gonna be a little bit more money than you probably think they are, because in order to yield these to get to the cost where they're at as cheap as possible, I'm putting like the inner 8 into an outer 10. So those holes that come out, that's what happens, right? So I want to make sure that you know what they are. And we thank you for stopping by today and checking out this video. I'm super proud of this. This is one of the products that I've developed over 20 years ago. I've been using in my installs for years and years and years. And it's yielding me fantastic results with accuracy and speed. And that's what all the game is all about when you're fabbing. And you got to make money doing it, right? So, and it gives the customer value when it doesn't take as long as a traditional way of, I don't know, a router and a circle jig, and you go brrr, and then brrr, right? And it takes a while. So these are designed for speed and function. So we thank you came by. Check out the rest of the videos on the channel. We're very honored that you're watching them. So until then, man, we'll see you on the next video.